YouTube Nation, Main Event TV, a.k.a. Me TV, a.k.a. The Running Man, a.k.a. The Marathon Man, a.k.a. The Iron Man, because everything I had to go through yesterday, just to let you know, all set into place. Now, as you know, it's the holiday season. They say that the bells are ringing, and they's a-ringing. They's a-ringing. The bells are ringing. Anyways, let's start off with the Philadelphia Marathon. Now, look, I did more than a marathon yesterday. That's what bothers me, okay? Not because, anything had to do with the Philadelphia Marathon, but let me just start, okay? I thought that if I, tried to take an Uber or a Lyft from 5th Street, because, traffic and all, because who wants to deal with that? Everything's blocked off. And mind you, Lyft is an official partner of the Philadelphia Marathon, okay? That I should be able to catch an Uber or a Lyft within the 40-minute window that I have to get to the marathon. That's what you would have thought, right? You thought. That's what you thought, right? Yeah. No. All right? I can't tell you how many times I had to cancel an order from Uber or Lyft because they couldn't pick me up, or they didn't try to pick me up. Sorry, they didn't try to pick me up. Because there's a number of places that weren't, streets that weren't closed yet when it came to the marathon. All right? So, the Uber, they kept saying it's only because, you look at your Uber and you look at the map and you see where the car is. And it says, it's 4 minutes away. It's 4 minutes away. 4 minutes away. 20 minutes pass. 4 minutes away. Nah, it's not 4 minutes away. Then you see them reroute to go somewhere else, somewhere weird. I don't know what you're doing. So I had to cancel it. I order a Lyft, right? The guy is at 8th and Race, which means in Chinatown, which means not far, all right? 4 minutes away. 4 minutes away. 4 minutes away. Turns to 6 minutes away. 6 minutes away. Time is ticking. 6 minutes away. And I'm wondering, okay, look, I've waited wasted so much time now. Like I said, 40-minute window. It got to a point where I had to call the guy from Lyft and was like, "Are you coming?" He was like, "I'm still at 8th and Race." "What you doing at 8th and Race?" I'm looking at the map. There's 5 cars over there near the convention center. What you worried about picking up people for at the convention center? Huh? That early in the morning. I understand y'all trying to make money. That's where y'all, you're probably, trying to hover over like a little hive. But you have to understand that people need to get to places, especially when it's the Philadelphia Marathon. What is the problem? Why can't you get here? Well, I don't know if I'm going to make it. You should just cancel. Seriously? Seriously. Cancel. And then on top of it, when I got back, just to let you know, after canceling, Lyft tried to charge me $5 because I canceled. I'm like, no. Even the driver told me to cancel. So I'm not trying to hear you going to charge me $5. I'm not trying to hear that, all right? So, mind you, having to walk now. Walk all the way up because, mind you, I'm trying to catch a cab at this point. Every cab that goes by is full. So I can't catch a cab, all right? So I got to walk from 5th all the way to the Art Museum. By the time, mind you, I'm getting to the Art Museum, the race has started. People are running. I'm seeing all the corrals go by, and I'm like, shit, I'm not going to be able to do this race. They're not going to let me in. I get there, right? Check my bag, and then what happens? They close off the race. And then the guy's like, I wonder if we're going to have any stragglers. Like on the microphone, the guy tells everyone to go. He's like, I wonder if we're going to have any stragglers. Maybe we should bring up some stragglers. I am the only person that shows up. I'm like, are you going to open it back up? Please tell me you're going to open this back up. He's like, yeah, because, mind you, they had the cop car come across the starting line like they're blocking it off. They're getting ready to stop. And he's like, no, what? Go. He's like, it's okay. We'll open it back up. Go. So I told him, dead last to the race. Going. Mind you, there's no one in front of me. There's no one behind me. The people that are there are cheering me on because they're like, you can do it. Even though you're last, you can do it. You can catch up. Right? Mind you, caught up. Wasn't that much of a problem. But because I was so afraid of being DQ'd, I think I ran the first 2-3 miles so fast, which I'm not supposed. Anyone knows you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to run that fast. You're supposed to have a slow pace when you start. But I was so worried about being DQ'd that I was just blowing by corrals. I was passing people. Like I said, once I got to about the 3 mile mark, I was like, okay, I can calm down now. I was slowing down. I felt better. I tried to get in a better mood. You know what I mean? Because I was mad. I was pissed off, and I knew that because I was being so emotional about being pissed off because I couldn't get there in time. Because mind you, I couldn't stretch. I didn't get a chance to stretch or anything. I felt as though I was burning up energy. You know what I mean? I was burning more than I really needed to. So as far as I'm concerned, that was a big problem. The race, however, every volunteer was great. All right? Every volunteer. They were. I'll save one part till the end, okay? Every volunteer was great. The crowd was amazing. All right? And it's not just here in Philadelphia. Manayunk showed off. It was a party up in Manayunk. When you ran down Manayunk, it was nothing but, I mean, seriously, they're handing you beer, they're handing you all types of food. All throughout the day, people were handing you oranges, cut oranges for vitamin B, cookies, gummy bears, you know what I mean, anything, tissues if you need them. Like, people were out there to support you. They were. Whether you were in Philadelphia or Manayunk, they did a great job of support. I said before that I felt that the Broad Street Run had the most support. Yeah, it's been trumped. I would have to say that the Philadelphia Marathon overall is the best support I have seen ever in a crowd. Ever. All right? And I really want to thank them for that. You know what I mean? A lot of signs out there. Saw some signs. Was it one girl had a sign that says, "Run like Harvey Weinstein's trying to touch you." There's a number of signs. I will say this. I saw a number of signs that said, "You're running better than our government." And apparently it triggered one guy. It did, because I was running behind him. And he was like, "What the hell?" And he got like really upset about the sign. And I'm like, bro, it's a joke. Just run. Now, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. But it's a joke. Just keep running. And he got upset about that. And the thing is, that sign, I saw that sign about 4 or 5 different times, but by different people. So everyone obviously had the same idea. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why people would get upset about that. I don't. It's the same way when you saw a sign that says, out of scale of 1 to 10, you're a 26.2. You know what I mean? Like, I saw that a number of times, but by different people. You know what I mean? They're just signs. Why are you getting so upset about it? You shouldn't. Run your race. But either way, I have to say the first 10 miles was easy. Like I said, I trained for this course. So when I trained for the course to get all the way to the Philadelphia Zoo, it was very easy. I felt, because the entire time I'm like, I wonder what they're going to try and throw at me the entire time. And it was the elements. The elements were tough. The morning it started, it was windy and it was raining. And I mean, it was raining hard. And I was like, great, here we go. This is going to be one of these races. But I work best in the rain. So I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Then the rain stopped and the sun came out. But the wind was just out. It was out there. I remember at the 16, 17 mile mark, the wind was so bad that runners were stopping and covering their face and doing like this. And there was, because you got to think, when you're running down, Boathouse Road down there near the, where all the runners usually practice, those trees and like sticks are flying off, branches are flying off trees. One tree had actually fell over. But it was interesting to see that people were getting hit with sticks and carrying on and doing like this. So a lot of runners stopped. You know what I mean? And I can definitely understand that. As you know, on Twitter, I did a lot. You know, I tried to do as live as possible, take pictures while I was running. But it got to a point where I had to get, you know, in somewhat of a groove. I remember my legs cramped up a number of times. Cramped up in the 12-mile mark. It cramped up in the 11-mile mark. And it cramped up 16, 17-mile mark. But it was just stretching. I just had to stretch. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't get a chance to stretch before running because I was rushing to get there. So without rushing and, you know what I mean? Without stretching and having to run that long, I'm not surprised that my legs cramped up. That was the biggest problem I thought that I was going to have while I was out there. So, but once I got over that, I was good. You know, there's a number of times I had to slow down because I felt the cramp coming on. So, listen, because I didn't get a chance to stretch. So yeah. And the thing is, when I got to the, to the race, and I was telling the volunteers what was going on and how I had to walk so far, they literally was like, warm up? Yeah, I guess you could call it warm up, you know, but, I mean, it was absolutely frustrating. As you see, I'm still pissed off about it. Yeah, I did absolutely horrible. And as a big fuck you to Lyft and Uber, I walked back too. So my day consisted of, and that's what I said Ironman, because it was 26.2, but by the end of the day, I was at like 30 miles, and then of course walking around the house the rest of the day was like 31 something. So I finished my day, you know, on my Fitbit at like 31 miles or something like that. So and wasn't tired. Like even after the race, I said I wasn't tired after the race, so I walked back home. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I walked back to Fifth. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you know, and then that was pretty much what it was. So it goes to show you that it's the marathon itself was not hard. It was an easy course. For those who try to tell you that this is the best course in the country because it's flat, it's flat? Who told you that? I don't know. Look, I don't know where these people come from to say this is the flat. If Philadelphia is the flattest course, then I don't even know what other courses look like then if that's the case. Because let me tell you something. When you get to about 24th Street, All right, 24th and Chestnut. And you got to go up to 34th. That's nothing but hill. Nothing but hill. Then when you turn to 34th, because you're in University City, and you go about 2 blocks, nothing but hill. Nothing. You don't get your first downhill till the Philadelphia Zoo. And then when you go past the Philadelphia Zoo, the 10 mile mark, 9-10 mile mark, nothing but hill. Fairmount Park, nothing but hill. So it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Really doesn't flatten out that much. All right. Then when it doesn't really flatten out that much until you get to the Boathouse Road, until you get to the drive. You know what I mean? Until you get there. That's when it starts to flatten out. That's it. All right? And like I said, that's around 10, 11 miles in. No, sorry, about 12, 13 miles in. Yeah. So you got to deal with hills till about 12, 13 miles in. And then it becomes flat for quite a while. Like I said, till maybe about 19. No. I'll say about 18. Then when you're entering Manayunk, then it's just hills. Hills. And mind you, even when you're going past, the flat part, Boathouse Row, there is a small hill there near the bridge. But that's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? As long as you keep going forward, you're fine. So it goes to show you that hills on top of hills on top of hills. I don't know why they say that this is the flattest run. I don't understand that at all. If there's any flattest run I've ever done, it's the Broad Street run. As for marathons, like I said, I wouldn't even know. But this was not one of those things where it was just easy to run, because it's so flat. No. Because I was, the entire time, I'm wondering, when is this going to turn flat? I'm just wondering. You know what I mean? So, but it's good that I had my training, because remember, I told you, when I was training, I was running over the bridge. I was running over the Ben Franklin Bridge, back and forth. So, and that's nothing but, just nothing but an arc. You know what I mean? So, that's probably the best training you can get for those hills. You know what I mean? If you want to simulate something, or run the course. Which I ended up doing near the end of my training, beginning to run the course. So, it's not that hard. It really isn't. The race was great. The people were great. The ending. Let's talk about the ending, okay? Ending kind of snuck up on me. Because once you get to the 23-mile mark, I'm like, is this ever going to end? That's how it felt. Because there was no marker. It was like 23, then it was like 25. And then it was the end. But the ending snuck up on you so quick when it came to the 25. Usually when you get to an ending, how they have like the balloons and the festivities and all that, they have all that. You saw when you're running down, you saw all the people cheering you on, and it was a very narrow run. And then there was just a timer, and that was it. There was no person to say congratulations and all that. At least I didn't feel there was. If I did, I missed it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was the people were there to cheer you on. That's how you knew you were somewhat getting to the end, because when you're running down, those people were cheering you on. And you don't want to burst too hard because it is slightly a downhill, so you don't want to trip over yourself. I saw a guy fall. So, because, you should run hard at the end. But once you've run, X amount of miles, I don't think anyone really wants to run hard. You just want to keep your pace and keep going because that's what got you through it. You know what I mean? However, this one girl that was in front of me, she saw her family. I think that's what did it. She was running, and she had slowed down her pace, and she saw her family on the left. So she ran over there real quick, and she's, hugging her family, and then she took off like a rocket afterwards. And I was like, you got that. Because I'm not running hard to hurt myself. You know what I mean? And I was still dealing with some cramps there. So it's fine. You know what I mean? So, finished. Here's the bad part of the Philadelphia Marathon. As you know, for those who've done half marathons and 5Ks and 10Ks and 10 milers or whatever, the goodies that you get afterwards, they usually stock you up with a lot of stuff. The Philadelphia Marathon didn't do that. You know what they had for you? This is what they had. Soft pretzels that were hard. Soft pretzels. All right? A bottle of water. Right? A banana, a little coaster of apple juice, and a little coaster of orange juice. That's it. That's it. Like, you're serious. That's the only thing you got. Like I said, usually they give you bottles of Gatorade, big bottles of body armor, and all this other stuff. Nope. Your bottle of water had to be about that big. Yeah. Now, of course, they say you can take as much as you want, but, of course, you don't have but 2 hands. You can't do but so much. You know what I mean? So, I went back to go get my bag at Gear Check. Came back, went to get the stuff then because I got too much stuff in my hands. Because they give you, the thing to put around you, to keep you warm and all that type of stuff afterwards so your body doesn't cool down. So, I had a lot of stuff, in my hands. And that's before you even get to before you even get to the goodie bag, because they have that stuff there for you. They hand you your medal, they hand you anything to put around you to make sure that you're warm, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's even before you even get into the tent. So I get back to the tent, and this old guy, I guess he thinks he's top flight security. He's like, some old black guy's like, you gotta stop. I'm like, what's going on? You can't come back in. I'm like, bruh, I'm coming in to get something to eat. I just ran 26.2 miles. You think that you stopping me is actually going to stop me? And the guy next to him, security, is like, guy, why are you being such a dick? He's like, he just ran. You just saw him come out. And he's coming back to get a pretzel. Literally, that's all he's coming back to get was a pretzel. That's it. He's like, I'll get it for you. And the guy's like, just let him back in. Literally, where he was at, the pretzels were right behind him. Literally, if I had just reached and did like this, I'd have got a pretzel. He didn't need to get it for me. Okay? Mind you, the pretzels were wrapped up, but like I said, they were still hard, but still, you need something in your body. So, he hands me the pretzels, he gave me 2 of them, and he looks at me and does this. And I looked at him, I said, you really are being a dick. The fuck is wrong with you? I waited till I got my pretzels, because if I said it to him, he wouldn't have given it to him before. So, after he gave me what I wanted, then I just let him have it. You're a fucking dick. Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you realize your old ass will get hurt right now? And the one thing you don't want to do is piss me off after I done ran 26 miles. Because my patience is very thin right now. You know what I mean? Who the fuck do you think you are? And he's just like, I'm sorry, brother. No. Don't give me this brother act now. You tried to come off as a fucking hard ass after all of us have run 26.2 miles. For me, it was actually more. I had to move more. So I'm almost at, 27, 28 miles? But the fact is, this is the power play you chose to move. This is what you chose to do at the end of a race. Look, usually, some places, the security, they take it too seriously. And they've been told before. Like I said, there's been fights before at these races, at the end of them, between runners and security. Because you take the shit too seriously. You do. Alright? And there's other places, like the Flyers when I did in July. You could come back as many times as you want. They gave you anything you wanted. They didn't care. Because they know you just finished running. They know. They don't care. Take whatever you want. You know what I mean? So it goes to show you that it depends on whoever wants to be a dick that day. Like I said, there's been a lot of fights before, and it needs to end. I don't know why people think they need to prove themselves, like this security. Like I said, this guy had to be maybe in his 50s, 60s maybe, and he's trying to act like a hard ass. First off, you're not built, alright? You're not tough. Just stop this shit. People have just finished running. They don't want to hear your shit. No one cares about your spiel. No one. Alright? Nobody. That's the biggest problem of the marathon. And usually, when I talk about these things happen, a lot when it comes to, it must be the company they're hiring. Because the Rock and Roll Half Marathon had the problem. The Love Run had that problem. The marathon had that problem. It's only in that area when you get to, when you're around, Eakins Oval. But if you have any other runs, like the Broad Street Run, you never have this problem. The Flyers Run, you never have this problem. You know what I mean? Like all these other places, the Hot Chocolate Run, slightly. So it's one of those things where, people try to, it's the security that they hire. It's not that serious, dude. Just want a pretzel. Fuck wrong with you? So, but he had no answers after I cursed his ass out. He had no answers for that. Yeah, you didn't have no answers for that. And you weren't gonna try to push up on me. You know that shit. So, yeah. Like I said, they take it way too seriously. Way too seriously. I don't understand it. I mean, maybe they're instructed that they can't come in and out. But when people have been running that long, you gotta have some leniency. You have to. Don't be a fucking idiot. It's not the letter of the law. If you let people back in, you think they're gonna stop you? You think they're gonna curse you out? You think they're gonna fire you? No. People don't care. It's the end of the race. People want to go. They want to get their stuff and go home. And take their pictures because they're proud of their accomplishment and go home. But they need something in their body. Don't sit there and tell me you're going to try to deprive somebody of that. No, I'm not trying to hear that shit. You definitely would get your ass kicked for that. That's something I can see. Listen, that's a fightable offense. I can see why it happened at the Rock and Roll Marathon. You don't do that shit to people. Especially when you're not offering but so little. That is the biggest problem right there. Like, at the end, how do you not have anything for electrolytes? How do you not do that? Here's a bottle of water. Here's a little coaster of apple juice and orange juice. Ain't no trying to hear that shit. Come on, man. What's wrong with y'all? That's the biggest drawback to the Philadelphia Marathon. Overall, everything else was absolutely fine. They were great. The volunteers, outside of that, the volunteers were great. They made sure people were okay. They did their job. They cheered in odd places. You wouldn't think that people would be cheering. Under a bridge in the Fairmount Park. Like, what? Like, you run under a tunnel. Like, you're out here cheering? Really? Like, yeah. So, odd places they're cheering in. They always made sure you were okay. Even people coming out of their house and stuff, always making sure you're okay. You can't be mad at that at all. Like I said, worst part of the race was the end, when you had to get your goodies, if you want to call it goodies. Anyways, bells are ringing. Marathon down. And to be honest, that was pretty easy. It was. They said, no pain, no nothing. I didn't feel any soreness till about 6, 7 o'clock. And of course, after sleep today, I'm fine. I'm going to boxing today. I'm fine. So yeah, let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about the Philadelphia Flyers, all right? And I know a lot of people want to get to the Eagles talk, but let's get to the Philadelphia Flyers first. As for those who don't know, there has been an announcement that the Philadelphia Flyers will play the Pittsburgh Penguins next year in an outdoor game. I have a problem with this, and I'm going to tell you why. Not because we're playing the Pittsburgh Penguins, because, I mean, that's a rivalry. It's a huge rivalry. But the fact that if you haven't watched the Stadium Series or Winter Classic, every year the same 3 teams are involved. The Pittsburgh Penguins, the Boston Bruins, or the Chicago Blackhawks. And just so we know for shits and giggles, okay, the Chicago Blackhawks and the Boston Bruins are playing this year. The NHL really doesn't know what the hell they want to do, and they're making sure that their Golden Boys have the spotlight, because that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You can't have the same teams year after year after year playing these things. At this point, we've said it before, we said it again. Let every team have an outdoor game. Let every team, let every fan base witness it. All right? Because all you're doing is selling your fan base short. Actually, when you keep putting the same teams in, with these Winter Classics and stuff, you know what that means? It means you're insulting your audience, NHL. That's what it means. Anyways, I want to move on to the Flyers. I don't know what the hell's wrong with the Flyers. I mean, at this point, a lot of people want to say fire Hacksaw. I've been on that bus for a long time. Fire his ass. Throw him under the bus so we can run him over. I do not like this coach. You have all this talent on his team, and yet they still play like an average team, if not below average. I do not understand this. I don't at all. All right? For the talent that you got on this team, for the drafts that the picks that you've made, there's no reason why we should be playing like this. And then, these previous couple of games where you're up X amount of goals, and then you let the teams come back, they score, they tie, we go into overtime or a shootout, and we end up losing it. It is embarrassing. It is. I don't understand this at all. Something's got to be done. Because clearly, and I understand that, we're still very early into the season. We are. But this is, you know what this is? For the previous couple, ever since Laviolette has left, this team has been horrible. You brought in Craig Berube. He didn't know what he was doing. You bring in Hextall. You notice this team only lives and dies at a par or subpar basis when it comes to their record. You're either barely getting into the playoffs or you don't make it at all. So then when you're barely making it, it's almost playoff time, and you're barely making it, then everyone has to rally behind you so that you make it. And then when you make it, then you got to play so damn hard just to beat the team that you're playing. Jesus Christ. Because you always get a top seed team that you're playing. It is hard to watch. And it's been like this for years and years and years. If you think about it, ever since Laviolette has left. Even when we had Laviolette, remember, when we had Laviolette, we barely got into the playoffs then too. Remember that? Okay. That's when we won our Stanley Cup run in 2010. We barely made it to the playoffs, we got on a hot streak, and we went to the Stanley Cup. And then after that, you know what I mean? But it seems like the same thing with this team. I don't know what it is. You switch in so many coaches, you get better talent. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you're still playing at such a bad level. I don't understand it. Or such an average level. I don't understand it. You let the Minnesota Wild keep beating you all damn week. Then kick your asses in. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, speaking of kicking asses, let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, shall we? The Philadelphia Eagles. Now look, I told y'all not long ago, okay, that the Philadelphia Eagles, depending on who they're playing, was going to be a problem. A couple weeks ago, I told y'all about the 49ers, all right? And people were like, well, you're playing the 49ers. It's not that big of a deal. And I said, you have to understand that the blueprint for the 49ers, there's a reason that you should be concerned. Or it should be a look to the future. And no one understood what I was saying when I said it about the 49ers. All right? The 49ers? I believe it's 49ers. I believe it was 49ers. Because yes, it was the 49ers. And I'll tell you why. Because the 49ers defense, because they don't have the personnel to execute the defense. But you have to understand that they modeled their defensive scheme off of Seattle. Okay? Who we do have to play. Who have better personnel. That's why I said it then. It was a couple weeks ago, so I had to remember. I had to remember. But I noticed that throughout the weeks, no one really talked about that. No big fan talked about it. You know what I mean? And I find it funny because I've noticed a lot of Eagles fans these days, they're worried about being popular for being fans, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I think it's pretty fucking pathetic. That's your claim to fame, being a fucking fan. That's your fame, being a fan. Because, anyone here is a fan too. But, okay. But, you have to understand that this is something that you should be paying attention to. It is. So when we play Seattle, you're going to see the same schemes. However, Seattle has better personnel. I believe Cam Chancellor just got hurt, didn't he? Something like that, so he's out. So I believe that's what they said on TV. So, that should be something that works in our favor. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they played the Dallas Cowboys. They destroyed Dallas Cowboys. But let's be real here. The first half was really bad. First half was horrible for both teams. Not for one team, for both teams, all right? It wasn't a skilled matchup of whatever. No, they were just performing pretty badly. That's all it was. They were performing badly. There's times I'm looking, I'm like, how'd you not catch that pass? Or I'm like, wait a minute, how'd you not, get more yardage off of that run? The guy barely touched you. You know what I mean? We're not talking shoelace tackling. We're talking about a guy touching, hand on the shoulder pad. Oh, I'm down. No, we can't have that. We can't have that. So, and then it got to a point where Peterson was almost abandoning the run at one point, and he's just throwing. I'm like, no, go back to the run. Go back to the run. Please. Like, the first half was just not ideal to what we thought was going to be. I think a lot of people thought that the Eagles would come out guns blazing. Dallas fans thought that Dallas would come out guns blazing. I kind of figured that Dallas at one point, because they knew that they were injured, but it doesn't matter because we've had a number of injuries, but they would still play hard because they're playing a rivalry. You know what I mean? It is a rivalry. They're going to play hard. First half, they seemed to somewhat play hard, but then the second half, once the second half adjustments were made, the Eagles pretty much rolled them over. Now, here's the thing. Do I take solace in the fact that they beat Dallas? No. I don't care. At this point, it's just another team. Because even though the entire NFC East has said to us, Eagles fans, well, you haven't played anybody. Yeah, well, we played you and we beat you, so I guess you're nobody. As far as I'm concerned, the Eagles need to beat Dallas last night due to the fact that because of the playoffs. Now, here's the thing about this. I've seen a number of Eagles fans, but even before we played Dallas, a couple games ago, on TV they were talking about how this is a Super Bowl season for us. One guy said that if we don't make the Super Bowl, that this season is a bust. Are you serious? Hold on. Look. Let's get something straight. I understand that every year we have those fans that always scream Super Bowl. We do. But you can't tell me that if we have a good season and we lose in the playoffs, that it's a bust. Don't tell me that shit. All right? We haven't been in the playoffs in years. You understand that? So as far as I'm concerned, there was one time with Chip Kelly, that didn't go for well, did it? Didn't go really well. Look, it's been years since we've been in the playoffs. You should be excited that we're playing like this at this level all game, every game. That's what it should be. So you take a game at a time. That's what you do. We got Seattle coming up. We got LA coming up. Those are two tough games. Okay? We still have Green Bay. We have I understand that Aaron Rodgers was hurt or whatever. But still, there's teams out there that can still try their hardest to beat us. They will try. So you take it a game at a time. That's what you do. Okay? I'm not trying to hear Super Bowl. I'm not. Number one, you'd be jinxing it. So shut the hell up. All right? I'm not trying to hear Super Bowl. Game at a time. Keep it in realistic perspective here. All right? I guarantee you, if Carson Wentz had a bad game yesterday, a horrible game yesterday, you know what people be saying? The same people who were praising him and comparing him to Marino and the media, they'd be first to say, what's wrong with Carson Wentz? What's wrong with him? He's not the person he is. Is he injured? Is there something wrong with him? What's going on? Maybe he's not the leader we thought he was. That's what they're going to say. All right? So we take it a game at a time. That's why I try to ignore the media as much as possible. Because they're stupid. And they're, you know what? They're the biggest bandwagoners of them all. They are. 1 minute, like I said, and I'll explain that too. I will explain that. Because that's more of a Sixers thing as an example. But yeah, I'll explain that about the media and its fan base later. Okay? But you have to understand, the Eagles are playing really good football. I would say, like I said, take it a game at a time. Relax. Relax. All right? There's too much stuff going on. Let's just see what the rest of the NFL does. You know what I mean? Look, we almost got it on lock at this point to get into the playoffs and get in the first round bye. We almost do. Just let it go. Let's see what happens within the next week or two. All right? Relax. There's no reason to get all hype. There's no reason to, to get in people's faces or all that. No. Stop all that bullshit right from the gate. All right? If y'all Eagles fans, and you know how long it's been, not just to get into the playoffs, but how the teams perform over the years, you know not to get that excited. You know you should be, we'll see what happens. That's the type of, angle and perspective you should have. Because, as you know, on any given Sunday, any football team can be beaten. You know this. Most of the people here I'm talking to, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll just take a wait-and-see approach. That's how it should be. But instead, we got idiots now screaming Super Bowl. Why? Look, the team looks good. Our defense is legit. I get it. But you can't be screaming Super Bowl right now. There's too many threats out there. You see what the Saints did yesterday? Do you see the Saints record? All right. Too many threats out there right now. So, like I said, and mind you, if we match up with the Saints, if we make the playoffs and match up with the Saints again, that's a revenge game. Because the Saints beat us last time. Eagles fans just need to calm the fuck down. Like I said, it seems I'm seeing more of fans trying to be celebrities than actually giving a shit about the team. It's about them other than the team. I'm also seeing some Eagles fans out there that are hoping that we lose. I don't understand this. I've seen this on Twitter. Yeah, well, I don't think they're going to beat such and such. Oh, look, they're playing bad. Ha, ha, ha. And then the Eagles end up winning. They don't say anything. But it's like they want the team to lose so bad so that they can be right. So, is it about you or is it about being, for the team? I'm not understanding this. Because it's about you, then you take your ass on somewhere else. Because it's not about that. It's never been about you. I don't understand people, especially Twitter. Twitter's a weird place. It is. It's full of idiots. But, you know what I mean? Like, I've never understood this logic. There's a difference between, having good criticism and saying, I think they're going to lose, and backing up why you think they're going to lose. But to cheer on the fact that they're losing at a time is absolutely ridiculous. It's almost as bad. No, it's worse than people quitting on the team maybe a half into the game, maybe a quarter into the game, quitting on the team. Oh, they're going to lose, I'm done. It's worse than that. I won't say by much, but it's worse than that. Both types of mentality need to go. You're not fans. You're not at all. All right? Let's move on, shall we? Like I said, we'll see what the Eagles bring in. I want to say it was a great thing to watch the defense, the way they played. Dak, the way they pressured him. He's throwing interceptions left and right, which is good. But here's the problem with that as well. The Eagles really didn't convert off those interceptions, and that's a problem. It is. It's a problem. But as we know, Jake Elliott, concussion. Now, like I said last night, it's a bruised ego as far as I'm concerned. You can't tell me that a guy lowering his shoulder and hitting you off a kick return in the first play, and that made you miss that kick. I'm not trying to hear that at all. All right? I'm not. You can't tell me that as a kicker. Come on. Look, everyone says, yeah, kickers, they can't do anything. There's some kickers out there that will knock you out. There's some kickers out there that will knock you down and get in your face. And Jake Elliott, it almost seems like he doesn't take his job. Look, when I see a kicker be so frail to get knocked over like that, I feel as though any kicker, and Jake Elliott included, you don't take your job seriously. You don't. Yes, you're a kicker. That's what you get paid to do. But you still got to take care of yourself. You know there's a chance someone's going to run one back and you're going to have to stop them. So you prepare yourself. You get in the gym. You run those drills. You do all that type of stuff. Don't tell me you're doing that type of stuff and you still getting drilled like this and you got a concussion. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not. You prepare yourself like any other football player. So yeah, I got a problem with that. I do. So yeah, let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about football overseas, shall we? Chelsea. Now, even though Chelsea won in dominating fashion, okay, on Saturday, I need to scroll it back a bit. That's right, because it's been a couple weeks. I need to scroll it back a bit, because I need to show y'all this. Never forget, fam. Never forget. I'm not going to let people forget that until we see you again. But understand, okay, Chelsea right now is in third, all right? And Man U is in second, which they shouldn't be after the way we beat them. But, you know, in dominant fashion, they shouldn't be in second place. But like I said, we're in third right now. We're in a good position. We were in fourth before. We've moved up one. And within the rest of the season, I think that we can, it's going to be a hard push to catch, I think, Manchester, City? But I think we can do it. I think Manchester City, you understand, second half, they start to teeter off. We talked about this before. They begin to teeter off, so it's okay. Tottenham, I think, is going to come on strong, too, and make that push near the second half. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm actually very okay where we're at right now. I feel as though Conte at times is a little too goofy, and there's going to be a point where Chelsea fans are going to start calling for his name to be gone. I understand that, look, what he does with his defense is very weird because he'll go with one form of defense, and then if it's not working, he will, almost in a panic, he'll go to a different defense. And it's like, no, you've been scouted. That's it. You're done. Now you have to rely on the players to execute at that point. It's not even about the defense. You know what I mean? They know what you're going to. Your opponent knows what you're going to bring to the table. You know what I mean? They already know. So, and it's been scouted since last season. You know what I mean? So, it's one of those things where you have to pretty much be so confident to throw it in their face with, yeah, this is what we're playing, and you got to beat it. And that's what you got to do. You got to rely on your players. You have to have more trust in your players. But it seems like when something's not working, he's like, oh, we're going to switch. It's like, no, calm down. So that's what I get from Conte. However, playing Cahill, Cahill's not your captain. He's not a captain. He's not a captain. He needs to stop. It's horrible. All right? I don't understand why they made him captain to begin with. But he never shows up. Like, he really doesn't show up to be a captain to lead. I don't understand why they do this. I don't. But we will see what happens next week, of course. Because, like I said, I was very busy this week. So, you know, Chelsea, they did what they need to do. And we'll see what they have next week. Because, as far as I'm concerned, we can keep pushing. We can get to that top spot. Go back-to-back would be something pretty sweet. It would make a lot of people sick, but it would be pretty sweet to do. It would be. You know what I mean? So, and if we don't this year, we get top 4. I'm not going to complain too much. You know what I mean? You can't win it every season. You can't. But some people believe you should. And I don't understand that. You can't win every damn season. But I think that's people's expectations a little too much. So if they had a bad losing season and people almost damn near on suicide watch, I don't understand why. Maybe it's because of where I live. Maybe because it's Philly, and we're not used to winning but so much, and then you go overseas, and you talk to these people, and they're so upset, and I'm like, relax. It's one season. That's what I told them, was it the season before we won last season, before we won the whole thing, the season before when we had a losing season. What did I say? Okay, well, don't worry about it. It's only one losing season. And they were so upset, and then the next season, we won it all. So what are you complaining about? Relax. Jesus Christ. It'd be one thing if it was just poor play all around, all right, this season. But it's not, all right? Third is not bad. Let's move on. Let's talk about poor play, shall we? Let's talk about the Griffin Force flop of the week. College basketball. I don't understand how this is okay. Seriously, someone please explain this to me. I don't understand how you cannot call this a flop. Matter of fact, you should be ejected for this.
To the nose, maybe. Second on Thomas. Bad couple of games with big players with eye injuries, and I think it was just a kind of an inadvertent play. I don't think there was any kind of flagrant call involved in that.
Where are you hurt? I'm trying to figure this out. Like, please, show me where this person is hurt. Because looking at this over and over and over, first they were like, oh, maybe it's an eye injury. They're guessing because they can't figure it out. Because he's not hurt. He's flopping. That's why. You sit here and say, eye injury. You look at the play, doesn't come near close to the eye. Oh, then he bends over. He's doubled over because his stomach. You look at the play again. The guy literally just, like this, defense, doesn't hurt, doesn't really, oh, my stomach. I don't understand it. This type of flopping, he should not only should he be ejected from the game for doing this, all right, but the coaches should also be teched because they're allowing this, and the college that they're representing should get in trouble for this. They should have a hefty fine for this. The colleges have a ton of money anyway, right? Hit them with a fine, a hefty fine for this. This is absolutely ridiculous. And you're going to tell me these are the type of people that are eventually going to move into the NBA. That's what you're telling me. All right? Because that's absolutely horrible. You cannot sit here and tell me that is justified in any sense. Get ejected, get fined, get teched. All of them. That sends the message. Anyways, let's move on about more basketball. Now, we got to have a talk about the Philadelphia 76ers. Because some of you motherfuckers, I swear to God, y'all have to be dumbest fucking fans on the face of this fucking earth when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's get into this. There are two extremes that I have seen since the Summer League. And we talked about this before during Summer League, all right, about Markelle Fultz, all right, how people were acting. Oh, he's going to be the greatest of all time, as opposed to this kid is trash. That was the two extremes. We're starting to see the extremes again when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers. We got the greatest of all time in teams right now. We the best. We the best. This team is bottom tier garbage. You should be happy that you even have this. Two extremes. And I'm tired of seeing it. I am. I'm tired of seeing it. Because both people who act this way are not fans. Alright? They're not. They're idiots. Now, let's talk about this. I will start with Markelle Fultz. As you know, he is injured. Big fucking surprise, right? Rookie injuries. But for some reason now, we're okay with this. We have seen this year after year after year. And now we're supposed to be accustomed to, it's not that big of a deal. It's a rookie injury. Instead of, he needs to get his ass out there and play. We're accustomed to this now. Because we've lost so much. Now people are cheering on the fact, mind you, we've only played X amount of games in the season. Alright? We haven't played 20 games yet. I don't believe. And you have to understand that people are cheering on. Here's the thing. Sixers fans, you're a fucking joke. Alright? Every time the Sixers win, yeah, we won. We the shit. Yeah, the media going to tell us that we won. Yeah, we the best. This blah, 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 blah. When the Sixers lose, crickets. I've seen it throughout the weeks. However, for some reason this week, people got into a fight on Twitter about it. Yeah, because people were being called out about it. And they were like, we're not going anywhere. We're here winning and lose. No, you're not. You're not. Because you weren't around when we lost to Sacramento. You weren't around when we lost to Golden State the first time when we lost by 21 points. No, everyone was quiet. Quiet. All right? So I'm not trying to hear that. All right? Every time we have lost, y'all have not said anything. Every time we win, we beat the Clippers. Yeah, look at us, we beat the Clippers. We beat Utah. Yeah. We were up in the half against Golden State. Yeah. And then Golden State came back, didn't they? Yeah. But that's what started the fight last time. Every time the Sixers have lost, okay, it's been quiet. And every time they won, you act like we won the championship. And that is a problem. Now, I'm going to address a question that was brought to me during this Twitter bout, all right, on why others who cheer on the Eagles or cheer on the Phillies, but they're not Sixers fans, and they throw other fans under the bus for being excited. Now, look, no one said that you can't be excited about the Sixers, all right? You already know how I feel about the Sixers. You know how I feel about Ben Simmons and all. I'm not getting into this, okay? I'm not. All right? You know how I feel about that. But it's okay to be excited for the team, but you also have to understand that it's also okay to take constructive criticism. All right? Some of these people aren't giving you criticism. They're just bagging on the team. All right? And I understand they're bagging on the team not because the team is bad or the team is good. They're bagging on the team because they see the way that other fans react. Because, like I said, they take, instead of being here with it, they take it here. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's no reason to. There isn't. So, I understand why other people are mad. But here's the thing. I have never heard of a Philadelphia fan. You can't even call them Philadelphia fans. I don't understand how you can cheer on the Eagles, but not cheer on the Sixers. Or not cheer on the Phillies. Or not cheer on the Flyers. Like, you don't get the choice to pick, and I'm saying this, because you ride with the home team. That's what you do as a fan. All across the board. You don't get the choice to pick, oh, I'm going to be Eagles fan here, but then I'm going to be I don't know what, a Dodgers fan here, or whatever. No. That's as bad as criticizing people for liking the Eagles, all right, but then being a fan of the Mets, or vice versa. Being a fan of, the Phillies, the Flyers, the Sixers, but be a Dallas fan. Like, no, it's just as bad. You should understand that. If you can't understand it, what the fuck is wrong with you then? Seriously. I understand that people grow up in different backgrounds and stuff, so they were probably exposed to other teams' success back then, or maybe their parents had, probably brought them into that fold. You never know. We don't know the whole thing. But I'm not trying to hear people from Jersey. If you're from North Jersey or Central or whatever, then you New York. If you South Jersey, then you Philly. It's just that simple. All right? That's the border cutoff. We see this a lot with Devils fans, don't we? With New Jersey Devils fans. Look, this is the cutoff. And if you don't have a team in that area, well, guess what? Then you're just shit out of luck. You're not trying to hear to adopt another team. I'm not trying to hear that. So if you want that border, then you New York. That means you're a Yankees fan or a Mets fan, Giants or Jets, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? That's, Rangers or Islanders. That's your ilk. That's what you get. That's you. And also, we know when it comes to that, it depends on the boroughs that you were in New York as well. All right? Because people will look at you weird. If you from a different borough, but you're a fan of other teams, we know how that works in New York. So, I'm not trying to hear it. All right? There's a cutoff in every place. You know this and I know this. So, when it comes to being Eagles fans and then pissing on Sixers fans, nah, we're not having that. All right? I'm not even going to consider you a fan. Some people were like, I can't wait till Sunday when the Eagles get here. But fuck the Sixers. What? Nah. That's not, nah. It don't work that way. All right? So you either ride with the teams that you in, all right? And I don't give a shit what profile picture you have. I got my Eagles jersey. I don't give a fuck what you got on. That don't mean shit. All right? But you gotta be kidding me that you ready to just blast on the Sixers like this. You know, I'm protecting, I'm kind of defending the Sixers fans here. Even though some of y'all fucking dumb as shit. But you can't, at least they trying to ride with the team. And we're not talking about bandwagoners. Let me tell you something that happened not too long ago with bandwagoners. I started to notice that things on the real, in the outside, on the internet started to bleed into the outside, all right? 2 weeks ago, all right, these dudes was walking down the street. They had just bought their jerseys. Simmons and B, they was putting them on. You know what I mean? Mind you, Sixers didn't have a game today. That day. They didn't have a game that night, all right? But they putting them on. They got the hats on. Bunch of hipsters. I told you before, most of these new bandwagoners, bunch of hipsters, all right? Or a bunch of dude bros. That's all they are, all right? Never touched a basketball in their damn life. But, here we go. They put the stuff on. They walking down the street. Mind you, I'm across the street, right? And they like, yeah, this is my first season being a Sixers fan. Yeah, we the shit. We the best. Like, just acting a fool walking down the street. Bunch of hipsters, right? Excited. I turn to them. I yell at them. The fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all bunch of bandwagon bitch. I called them every name in the fucking book. Every name in the book. And they looked at me like, what do we do? Like, that's what they was looking at me like. So it goes to show you that they don't know. And I felt bad because the people who were, I was across the street, but the people walking towards me was looking at me like, fuck wrong with him? I had to stop myself for a minute, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I yelling at these dudes? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they bandwagoners. Yeah, I'm calling them out on it. But I didn't have to be as aggressive as I was. You know what I mean? I didn't have to be. But it's like a light just switched on. And I just went at them. You know what I mean? And they was all like, what do we do? We sorry. Like, that's the thing. They looked at me like, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't angry. They looked a little scared. So I was just like, you know what? Let me take my ass on. You know what I mean? Like, that's how, it's weird. Because I'm telling you, the way that the media has built this, I've told you this before. And you notice the media hasn't, they don't even report shit when it comes to the Sixers losing. No, they wait till they win. But that's what it feels like. It's like they've created this sheep mentality, this brainwashing mentality. Now I got to wave on them because of it. It's one of those things where they've bought in so much without seeing all the things that are going on. Like, you can't give Embiid that much money and then say, but it's okay because he's got a built-in clause for injury. You can't give J.J. Redick all that money and then someone, some fan was like, we need a sharpshooter to come off the bench. That's what you paying J.J. Redick for. All right? $20 million for 1 year, and you talking about we need a sharpshooter to come off the bench? Nah, bruh. That's what you paid him for. But then you give Covington all this money, and I'm like, Robert Covington, you give him that much money? The same man who had a problem with being a streaky shooter last season, and everyone called him on it. And you gonna tell me that you gonna give him that much money? It's not even just about the players, as much as it's the front office, turning this back into the Billy King era. Like I said before, the fans, the city, were against all these huge contracts. Remember, Willie Green was getting tons of money. Over $20 million. Willie Green. Kyle Korver, before he became a spot shooter. Because remember, they tried to make Kyle Korver the leader of the team. And he, as we know, he's not a leader. He fits very well as a spot shooter in that role. We know that. But they tried to make him a leader. And what happened? They threw a ton of money at Kyle Korver. Ton of it. All right? This is before he was even somewhat as good as he was. All right? People were against these moves, before. Now, for some reason, this new generation of bandwagoners will come along and say, this is fine. This is fine. This is what we need to do to win. No, we don't. We don't. You need veteran leadership, which they talked about last season and the season before that. But yet they keep, promoting, well, we got youth. We got this. You only going to get us so far. And you need some marquee players, which, if you think taking to get those players is okay. But should we talk about the process? Should we talk about that? Because, as you know, the process was pretty much throwing shit against the wall hoping it sticks. I mean, let's be honest here. Noel's gone. They're looking to get rid of Okafor, right? So your process to get all these people have been who? It's been Embiid, who we had to wait X amount of years to get ready to play and still cannot play a full season. Simmons, who seems that he didn't play last season, and y'all know why, but now he's playing this season. Fultz, of course, is not playing. Saric, let's be honest here. He was sitting on the bench for a long time, all right? Because remember, Ilyasova was supposed to be the guy, right, fans? So Saric was sitting down while Ilyasova was getting those minutes. So that process didn't really work out, but now you're trying to get him back out there, right? Front office and coaching are the biggest problems that I'm seeing with this team. It's not even about the talent at this point. You can't even blame the players. At one point you can blame the players because of their performance, but you've got to be kidding me that you think that this is going to work. This team is still a circus. It's going to be the same as it was last season, okay? You have to understand, y'all were happy to win 28 games last season. Do you understand that? Y'all were happy for that. Y'all were happy over 28 games. Put this in perspective. When teams are supposed to win, all right? When you've seen dominant teams, or when you're playing yourself, when you're out playing, I forgot, a lot of you don't play basketball. But when you're playing any sport, I forgot, a lot of you don't play sports, you just like to sit on your ass and talk about it. But when you play sports, what's the goal? To win. That's the goal. To win. By any means, to win. But for some reason, we have to have this moral victory bullshit when they lose. And I am not a fan of that. Because you're saying it's okay. And here's the thing. It's not just the Sixers. We saw this with the Phillies years ago. Remember we called it out. Oh, well, you had a bad game, and it's okay. No, the pitcher blew the damn game. They had it won, and he blew it. You don't sit here and say, it's okay, it happens. No. Enabling shit. No. You gotta let them know. You fucked up. This is your responsibility. This is what you need to take on. Own it. But for some reason, you look like a bad guy when you want people to take their fucking responsibility. I don't understand it. So yes, the Sixers, while they're playing well, okay, somewhat well, and they can beat, if they play all together, which they still won't, but they can beat the low-tier teams. They can. All right? I just don't understand how you can get hyped knowing that the Sixers are playing in an ailing East. Everyone's talking playoffs. What the hell do you need to get the playoffs for? Y'all cheered over 28 wins last season. 28 wins. And now we talking playoffs? How about you get back to 28 wins first? How about that? Then we can have this conversation. All right? Because it's absolutely ridiculous that this is what people were saying. Like I said, I showed you last time, the media was like, what does Embiid need to do for us to get into the playoffs? How many games does he need to play? Remember, this is after they found out that he couldn't play a full season. Like I said, they're always trying to spin this into a positive thing. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Look at it for what it is. This is reality, all right? Unless he stays healthy. And notice, when Embiid hit the ground the other night, oh my God, is he okay? Blah, 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 blah. Every time he fall, y'all gasp. Every time. If he's that much of a fucking liability, then there's a problem. There's a problem, okay? If y'all think every time he fall, he ain't made of glass, but every time he fall, and y'all hold y'all breath because y'all think he's going to get injured, that should tell you something. But y'all want to ignore that shit. Every time. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this Sixers team, listen, let it run the course. Let's see what happens. I feel it's a fucking circus. I do. I still feel it's a circus. I don't see this process, especially when you got all these pieces and now you're getting rid of them. So this process has been dead for a while. We half a decade in. Half a decade. And y'all still proud of that shit. Half a decade. Y'all proud of that shit. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't. Maybe it's just the competitor in me. I don't know. But the fact is, there's no way you can be for the Eagles, but hate the Phillies, or hate the Sixers, or hate the Flyers. Or, it's one thing if it's like, okay, I like the Eagles, but I've never watched the Flyers, so I don't know what they're about. That's different, because you haven't seen it. You haven't been exposed to that. That's different. You know what I mean? You haven't been exposed to hockey or whatever. You haven't watched it, really. That's different. But when you actively go out of your way to say that the Sixers are horrible, blah, 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 but I like the Eagles, I'm going to cheer them on, but not the Sixers. Nah, you're supposed to ride for your team, right? You notice when I jump on the Sixers, it's because of all the flaws I'm seeing within the front office. You notice that? Or when they decide to act the fool. Like Embiid want to act the fool, start dancing and shit carried on. Or talking trash. The fuck you talking trash for? Y'all losing. Shut up. Play. I'd rather you shut up and focus on your game than sitting and jawing with people. Nah, man. Nah. I can't have that. Too much showboating. That's when you get on somebody. Front office fucking up. That's when you get on somebody. The coach don't know what the fuck he's doing. He don't even know when to call timeout when a run is being destroyed in his face. He don't know when to call timeout. That's when you get on somebody. You know what I mean? Sixers not defending the three. That's when you get on somebody. But for you to just come on out and be like, ha ha, these Sixers fans, ha 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 ha, Sixers suck. I'm an Eagles fan, I'm a Phillies fan. Nah, fuck that. You're not a fan. You're not a Philly fan. So stop all the bullshit. And if anybody got a problem with what I'm saying today, I'm letting you know now. You got a problem saying today? Let's make a time and place. We will meet the fuck up. How about that? Because I'm tired of sitting online and seeing y'all talk y'all shit and not doing anything about it. All y'all do is talk and talk and talk and talk, fucking talk. Bunch of couch warriors, keyboard warriors. I don't have time for this shit. It's FaceTime. Let me say what I gotta say. Piss people off. That's what y'all do? That's what y'all do. Pathetic. You don't got anything else better to do? Pathetic. Anyways, let's move on. We'll talk about some boxing. Sky Sports. Shall we have this talk? The fuck is this shit? Look, let's get something straight here, alright? Not only do I see this with overseas stuff, what's the point of you wanting people to follow you if you're going to restrict your videos and stuff to a specific region? Here's the fucked up part about all of this, alright? They will take fights from America, alright? When Deontay Wilder fought Stavern, they took the footage of Wilder Stavern, mind you, was here in America, and they posted it and still said, you can't see it because it's region locked. How is that possible? How do you take something from America and region lock it away from America? How do you do that? Sky Sports, I don't understand. I've said this a number of times on their Twitter. It seems like whoever's running their Twitter does not give a damn, doesn't respond, doesn't give a shit. Maybe if I curse them out, maybe I'll get a response. And the thing is, I shouldn't have to do that. Answer the fucking question. It's really simple. Why are you restricting your stuff? Now, if the person who's running their media, their Twitter says, look, it's not in my hands, it's someone else, maybe I can talk to them, whatever, then say that. But you just don't go quiet, alright? When people are trying to tell you shit. And if that's the case, you're telling me that you don't care. And if you don't care, and all you're worried about is promoting yourself, then I'll just unfollow you. It's really that simple. It's not that hard, alright? I can get my boxing news from all these other places, alright? Box Nation don't do it. You know what I mean? Matchroom Boxing doesn't do it. Like I said, it's one of those things where you are shooting yourself in the foot. Stop your bullshit. Seriously. You are making yourself look worse than what you really are. And if this is how petty you're going to be about it, I'll just bounce you. It's that simple. It's not that hard. But it's absolutely ridiculous that this is how you're acting. Absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, if you're only worried about that, if you're a region or whatever, then I don't need to follow you. All right? Maybe you should tell somebody, look, we only going to do this for certain regions. And you do this quite a bit, too, when it comes to videos. But the biggest one that pissed me off was Wilder and Stavern. Because you just don't take footage from the U.S. and then block it from the U.S. That's absolutely fucking stupid. It is. Anyways, I think I should cut this a little bit short. I know it's the holiday season. I hope that people have a good holiday. Thanksgiving or whatever coming up. Black Friday's coming up. I know people are going to be crazy trying to shop. Hoping you guys have a good one. Spend time with your friends. Spend time with your family. If you haven't been seeing what's been going on here in Philadelphia, it's been really bad. So just be thankful for what you have. You know what I mean? Next time I do a sports video, we will be talking about what's going on here in Philadelphia. Because there's some shit I got to say. It's all sports related, but still some shit I got to say. Alright? Anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. Until then, I'm out. And again, if you got a problem with what I said today, come talk to me about it.